Welcome back, strangers. Today we have a fun and morbid topic on the stream. We're going to be covering serial killers that are still active, never got caught. So thanks for joining us tonight. If you're new to The Strangest, we're a paranormal channel that travels to the places we talk about. We also cover unsolved mysteries and just good stuff, fun stuff. Yeah, for those who don't know, my name is Blake. I am the voice of The Strangest and one of the editors. And this is Ethan.
Yeah, what's up? I write the scripts and struggling to get some content up. I had a video that was supposed to go up this week, and I kind of fucked it up. But I wrote a serial killer script, and that's where this came from, was stuff that didn't make it into that video. So I got a lot of cool stuff. So eventually trying to get back on track for 2019 to do videos on Wednesdays and then keep doing the live streams on Fridays. So be a little bit more consistent. So New Year's resolution goals.
Yeah, it's been a hectic couple weeks, but
yeah,
we're here. We're still live. Yeah, I hope you guys are doing well. I'll catch up on the chat. How's it going, Kenneth? Artsy Anonymous. Good to see you. Nicholas. I like your names, but how's it going? He said, I wonder if Jack the Ripper is going to be on the list. I haven't actually read the script, but I mean, we can definitely talk about it if not. How's it going, Mariana the Tiger? It's good to see you. Jersey, good to see you as always. Rebecca, I don't really care if she was here or not. Misudo-chan said, nice shirt. I don't know who she's talking about, but thank you. Probably Ethan. That's my favorite shirt out of the ones that we have. Rebecca said, I got a 3.5 minute ad, so I won't even be able to hear Blake talk shit. Accurate. Hey, Amy, how's it going? Hi, Linda. I think we're caught up now, but good to see you guys. Thanks for sharing your night with us. Glad to see you guys. This is our first normal stream in a while.
Yeah, it's been a bit, so.
It's all good. Okay. So I think we're good. But yeah, what's up with everybody? Have you guys had any interesting things happen the last week or so? Have you had anything, Ethan? I know you've been doing some cool stuff.
Yeah, me and Rebecca went on a cruise last week. We got back. We got I got pretty sick. She didn't. So struggled with that. But it was a fun time. We filmed stuff in Key West and met this guy who was really into conspiracy theories, and he really he told me some crazy stuff. I mean, he worked for the government, so he had some really big deep state theories, so it was cool hearing it. And it was a fun time.
It's good. It's good in a way.
Yeah. So.
Thanks, Mr. I appreciate it. I like the shirt. Mr. Universe. It's a Steven Universe reference. Good show. If you haven't seen it, go watch it. Great show. But yeah, that's good. I'm glad you had fun.
Yeah. Well, what have you been up to?
I've been playing video games.
Yeah, there's a lot. I went on Stay Strange for the first time today, so since I'd been back, and there's a lot in the backlog because I was trying to find Patreon links because I was going to send them to someone.
Basically, I've had a little bit of when I get off work, I just start playing video games and recording it, and I recorded a lot. And now, if I were to die or disappear today, games would keep going on the channel for a month, every day. And then every other day, 2 videos a day. So you guys have a lot of this is on the side channel, Stay Strange, if you didn't know. www.youtube.com/staystrange. It's in the description. Go check it out. Subscribe. It's great. But yeah, every single day, new videos. And it's mostly horror games. So yeah, that's what I've been up to. A lot of that. And tonight, after the stream, I'm going to try to stream Let's Go Pikachu. So I finally came in the mail today. So excited. Let's see. Hey, Sightless Sandra, how's it going? All right, I think we're getting Fallout 76. Looks awesome. It does look awesome. And I really want to get into the Fallout series. I had Fallout 3, I think, and I never really got through it. But 76 looks really good.
Yeah.
Artsy said Doge.
Yeah. So someone mentioned Jack the Ripper. What's everyone else's serial killer that creeps you guys out the most? Who do you think would be on the list? The list that we did was people that possibly could still be active. So Jack the Ripper wouldn't be on there unless he was like immortal, so or someone still carrying it out. But people that didn't get caught that could still be active. The Zodiac's also not on here because I figure he aged out. But it's 5 people. So
Ted Cruz.
yeah.
Did you see where he posted the message on Twitter? But it was just like symbols, like the Zodiac killer.
No, I didn't see. That's funny.
Yeah, I think it's for Halloween. Everyone got a pretty good kick out of it. But yeah, I don't know of any that are. I can't think of any right offhand that are still active. I mean, if out of ones that creep me out, I mean Jeffrey Dahmer comes to mind, but of course he's gone, just because he was so intimate and ate the bodies. Cool. But yeah. Artsy said.
I read I read a thing that said that Jeffrey Dahmer said that he would feed people sandwiches to people at his house. That's something he claimed in prison or something. I read that today, or someone did. I don't know how real that is, but
that's all. Whatever. Like, did he tell you what it is? Or it's just like, hey, try this sandwich. It's good.
No, he liked inviting people in and would have these like pre-made like sliders and would be like, "Oh, you want a sandwich?" And be like, "Bam, people meat." but they didn't notice.
Yeah, no one complains. So it makes you wonder, is it that bad? Like nobody said, "Oh, these are awful sliders."
Yeah.
Nicholas said, "Shout out to all those who came from Sir Spooks' channel." Indeed, thank you for everyone that has come over. Sir Spooks is a great guy. We were glad to do a collaboration with him. So, and he helped us out a lot. We actually got a lot of exposure. So it's nice to spread the strangest message.
Yeah, the video was dark. I've been in some dark script places lately. Something is really creeping me out.
Yeah, it was a good time. Like reading up on it, I was like, "Oh, this is bad."
Yeah, it was really bad. It was.
Which one do you think was the most disturbing?
The first one, the Moloch one, that one inspired it because that's the one I found that made me be like, I want to do this. The Beast of Jersey I'd read about before, and I'm like, okay, I want to do a video on that one day, but that just kind of fit. And then like what really disturbed me about the last one, the guy who preserved the body, was how many people apparently like thought that guy was romantic and supported that. That was the creepy part. So
Twilight Man.
Yeah, basically.
I'm surprised they haven't made like a younger teen remake of his story.
I know.
I guess they have warm bodies. I guess that's similar.
That is similar. Inspired by true events.
Yeah, but the whole thing with Moloch, that was insane. For one, I didn't know Moloch was the thing, or Moloch, however you pronounce it. But it's like, just giving your kids to this demon. That they had to put in the Bible, don't do it. Don't give your babies to the demon. It's like, okay, guys, we know what to do. Corpse bride, yeah. Oh, whatever. Yeah. Corpse bride, whatever.
Yeah, and the dog's named Sasquatch. We call her Sassy for short. So it's pretty cute. But all right. Let me see. All right, the serial killer that got confirmed with the most kills is Dr. Harold Shipman. Have you heard of him, Blake?
No. Shipman or Shitman?
Shipman with a P.
Oh, man. I was getting excited. No, I haven't heard of him. Do tell. Yeah.
He has like over 250 murders confirmed to him. He was a British doctor who murdered his patients, mostly like really old women. So he'd like go over and just like I don't know, like, man, I'm messed up. Already forgetting stuff, struggling, whatever. He would kill mostly old women. The youngest person he killed was a 41-year-old man, and he was just like really crazy. And he ended up hanging himself in his jail cell when he got caught. So, yeah, I didn't flesh that one out that much because I just found I just remembered that guy. I put him down, and because I always forget about him and the fact that he was a doctor. And in the next video, I talk about how a lot of people, like a lot of nurses, end up being like serial killers because they put people out of their misery and they think it's mercy killing, and they just keep killing people.
It's crazy. You get tasted. Yeah. Buffy Reed quickly came on to say hi before I'm off to bed. Hope you guys have a nice stream. Thanks for stopping by. We appreciate it. Good to see you. But yeah, that's pretty crazy. Like no one notices. Like, man, this guy has a really low mortality rate. Like all of his patients, they're dying. It's like who would keep going? Where's Yelp when you need it?
Yeah, basically that was before Yelp. Like, oh, everyone dies that goes to see this guy. So, but he would get to know his patients really well. Like he'd go visit them at home and stuff, and then he'd fucking kill them.
That's
So he
insane.
like really got off to it.
I mean, I've heard a lot of people say that doctors and nurses, they're kind of desensitized to certain things because they see so much. So I guess it makes sense that some crazy doctor would just be like, oh, death doesn't mean much to me. Let me just kill everyone.
Yeah.
I don't know. That's insane, though. The fact that he got away with all of that. Well, wait, you said, oh, yeah, he hung himself in a cell. When did he?
Yeah,
That
he got caught. He ended up getting caught by someone started investigating it because they started to notice it. Let me see. Man, I wish I would put more down. I just put him as like an intro thing because he did get caught. So he wasn't someone who went unsolved, mysterious or whatever. So the first one we're going to talk about that is unsolved is actually close to us where we live. So I put him first. So
Uh-oh.
yeah, there's actually two near us that are unsolved. There's a US 29 stalker killer guy that would ride in the cars with women and kill them. And then another one was like this Edgecombe County in North Carolina, in Rocky Mount, North Carolina.
That's good. It's good to know it's nice and close. Lynn Wright said hello, everyone. Hello, Lynn. How's it going? Good to see you. I was watching a show, rewatching a show in the last couple weeks about a Japanese serial killer, and he killed like thousands of people with like this notebook. He just wrote people's names and they die. It was a good time. Not for him, but yeah, it was good. I don't know why I started watching. I watched the movie, the Death Note movie again. It got really pissed off, and I was like, I gotta watch the show again to make myself forget about it.
Yeah.
Yeah, he's the best serial killer there ever was.
And he still got caught.
Still got
Oh wait, that's a spoiler.
damn it.
Okay, let's keep. All right, read the first. Do you have the thing pulled up to read? Could you read the first one, the Edgecombe? Hopefully.
Okay. The Edgecombe County serial killer, or Seven Bridges killer, is an identified serial killer in the surrounding areas of Edgecombe and Halifax counties in North Carolina, the United States. There are 10 suspected victims that were all African American females with a history of prostitution or drug use. Only 8 bodies of the 10 suspected victims have been found. The bodies are usually dumped somewhere in the surrounding area of Rocky Mount, North Carolina. I've been there too much. The murders began in 2005, and the most recent one was in 2011. Officers suspect that Antoine Maurice Pittman, a registered sex offender charged with a murder fitting a similar profile, was responsible for the Edgecombe deaths. He was arrested in 2009 and convicted of the murder of 28-year-old Tahara Nicholson on September 28, 2011. Taraha Nicholson, sorry.
Yeah.
But that's, Rocky Mount, North Carolina. I go there a lot.
Yeah.
It's not close, but it's close.
Is it a nice place? Would you expect there to be a serial killer killing women there?
No, it's a decent place. It's kind of a smaller looking town. It's probably bigger than where we live, but it's nice. It's not something I wouldn't feel sketched out living there. So you never know. Oh, Joey Adventure said hello, fellow NC person. We're very close. We're actually in Virginia, but we could walk to North Carolina.
Yeah, we're right on the state line. So Mr. Davis is in Virginia. In I fucked up. In North Carolina. That might have happened in his hometown. You never know. North Carolina. Yeah. We have a couple of North Carolina videos from Salem College. That's about it.
I'm in North Carolina just about every day for work. So, and like most of my family lives in North Carolina, so it's pretty much where we live, but for technically Virginia. You live close to Raleigh? Yeah, that you're not too far from us at all. Yeah, Raleigh's pretty cool.
Oh yeah, we did Belo. Belo was in North Carolina, the Belo murders. So
that was our Halloween special the year before last year. Not this last one, but the last one.
Yeah.
That was still one of my favorite videos to film. Well,
yeah.
Rebecca technically filmed it.
Yeah. I mean, like that one was a really good one. That was also a possible serial killer in a grocery store, killed like 6 people and took like $200 and left, and no one knows why he did it. So
Mm.
that's it's pretty dark.
That was
So a
pretty.
lot of
Come to think of it, that I guess that is one of the ones that we should have had that we should have talked about. Are we talking about that one today?
no, I mean I put mostly like people who like killed more than 5 people. Well, the next one's only 4, and that could potentially still be out there. Like that person could have just picked like a random place in North Carolina and just started killing like people who use drugs, just women, drug addicts, just hit the low hanging fruit of society. Actually, that's pretty much what everyone on this list ended up doing, just killing like the either prostitutes or drug addicts, homeless people. So
That sucks, man. Is it someone with like a that hates like bad off people, or is it is it a cop? Could it be a cop's just trying to clean the streets in the worst way possible?
yeah, that's where I read about like cop mentality. Like people think cops are bad, but they're just like constantly lied to by people, and they get this thing in their head that they're cleaning up streets, and to the point that people are almost always guilty because they hear so much bullshit every day. So that's where you get so many bad cop stories. So
That's true, and they're also underpaid for what they do.
yeah, they're definitely a lot of things are underpaid. They're like teachers, cops. The rescue,
The
some
important
places
thing,
rescue squad workers are volunteer. Like it's crazy.
yeah.
So
Rebecca said I don't really like anime at all, but I really like the Death Note anime. Yeah, it's the best. It's the anime for people that don't like animes. So go watch it, guys. I actually heard. Sorry to go back on off to that topic. I heard they're making a sequel to the movie that came out because enough people watched it, even though they didn't like it, that they think it did good.
I
So
mean,
they want to make
Netflix likes spending money, man. They should make a series on murders. Just keep it going. Hill House was good.
I still haven't
So
watched that. It's on my list.
dude, it's so good. It's so
I
good.
watched Sabrina. That's good. That was a good
I
time.
haven't watched that.
Yeah. Lynn Wright said it's very possible with all the missing people and unidentifiable bodies that the counts could be much higher. They can't attribute to the victims of the killers. I mean, they just can't attribute the victims to the killers. That's very true. You never know.
There's the FBI estimates that there's 2,000 serial killers worldwide right now that are unaccounted for, coming in, just killing, like doing little murders here and there. So the next one we did, we're on the list, is the Daytona Beach Killer. That from December 2005 to December 2007, 4 women were found shot execution style with the same gun, a Smith and Wesson. Damn, can't read. And police began suspecting the involvement of a serial killer after they discovered the first 3 victims. The case went cold after the 4th murder. The killer just disappeared, vanished without a trace. But all the victims were prostitutes who like roamed the streets, like begging for drugs, alcohol, and cigarettes. They're really like sketchy prostitutes. And basically, the Daytona Beach Killer would like go up to them, get them, solicit them for sex, get them on their knees, they'll like get them to kneel down, and then just like cap them right there in the head. So, according to the FBI, there are like 28. There were 28 killings in Florida that went unsolved that they think are connected to serial killers. They also think they were committed by long haul truckers, which we did a video on like a year ago. So I posted on Twitter the other day. So, but they think these 4 were done by truckers. Also include 19 deaths that happened in Florida along Interstate 4 between Tampa and Daytona Beach. They also think hold on, there were 2 more victims by this specific killer. There was a Reagan Kendall and someone who was found near Parkway, and then another one that was found a county over, Kelly Lanthorn, so near South Orange Blossom Trail in Orange County. So some crazy things going on in Florida.
Yeah.
And Michael Scott's here. Hey, Michael.
Hey, Michael Scott. How's it going? So you finally made it to a live stream. Hope you guys are well. We hope you're well. It's good to see you. It's been a while. It's been a while since we've had a proper live stream, so we can't blame you for that. But yeah, Florida's got some crazy killers. What was that? The Bay Harbor Butcher?
Yeah.
People, and then he just dismembered the bodies and put them in plastic bags and dumped them in the Gulf. That's insane. Now I think he's still at large. There's rumors he became a lumberjack, but a lot of people say they don't remember that happening, or they just chose to not remember it. But that's also a show I started watching again recently. Something about serial killers, I don't know. Makes good shows up until a certain season.
No, I used to love Dexter. I had a big Dexter poster. Season 4 did it for me, though. I wish I would have stopped there. So, but man, I've been on a really bad serial killer streak. Like this video, the next video, not the next video I'm working on, but I have one in December I'm working on. That's a lot. Some dark shit.
That's good though. That's what we live for, dark shit.
Yeah, makes me worry. Checking the windows and shit that they're locked, that someone's not going to sneak in and wake up to someone standing over me and kill me.
I remember when we first did I think it was the highway killer video, and you were so concerned about using certain people's names because you were afraid they were still alive and they were going to come after us.
Dude, I'm still a little worried about that. I don't know.
I should probably stop tweeting our location.
I know. There we go. Here we go. Just determine it. So.
But yeah, I mean, Florida's crazy though. Like, it seems like a lot of crazy shit happens in Florida. There was like a thing on one of the radio shows I used to listen to, and it was like, which one of these happened in Florida? And it was always like the craziest stuff. So Swamp could tell you. He lives down there. Maybe he'll show up sometime tonight.
Yeah, the next serial killer video that I wrote, that I just had to proofread the script. It has Florida in there, and it talks about serial killers from there. It's pretty crazy. I mean, Ted Bundy was there. There's a lot of people that were down there.
Ted Bundy was Florida?
Yeah, he was in there briefly. He was also Washington and a lot of other states. He got around. So hold on. Could pull up this script. Hold on. Let me see what else is in Florida. Hold on.
Michael said Dexter was amazing. The horrible last season, though. Yeah, it got pretty bad towards the end. It was so good at the beginning. Like if they had stopped with the Trinity killer, it would have been the perfect show. But they just had to keep going, had to keep making that money. And Nicholas said, you can say that again. I live in Central Florida, and it's crazy. Yeah, Florida, man. It's got some crazy stuff. Hey, Lewis, how's it going? That's my friend Lewis, old coworker that used to be on the other MLB, the other channel. Yeah, good to see you, man.
Yeah, I had a really big theory about how I thought Dexter was going to end, and they didn't end it that way. I thought Dexter would get hunted down by a serial killer like that follows his code, and he had wind up on the table for all the times he broke his own code. So it kind of like come full circle, and that's not how they ended it. Would have been way better.
I won't spoil it, but I guess I already did earlier, but I didn't anyway.
All right, you want to move on?
Yeah. Hey, how's it going? Yeah, beer. It's all I can't do the hard liquor right now. Gotta be sober. Gotta drive one day. All right, so where are we at? Which one did you stop with?
The next one's the Long Island serial killer.
All right, so the Long Island serial killer, also known as the Craigslist killer, has been active since 1996 and has killed 10 to 16 people. His MO is to lure sex workers to his location. Each of the victims advertised their sexual services on a Craigslist right before their executions. He dumped their bodies along the Ocean Parkway near the remote Long Island, New York beach towns of Gilgo and Oak Beach in Suffolk County, and the area of Jones Beach State Park in Nassau County. The remains of 4 victims were found in December 2010, while 6 more sets of remains were found in March and April 2011. The disappearance of Shannon Gilbert, 23, prompted the discovery of 4 bodies in 2010. 6 more were found in the same locale only months later. Although the case remains wide open, behavioral psychologists believe the perpetrator is long gone, given the intense media exposure of his brutality. Police have profiled the Long Island serial killer as a white man between 20 and 40 years old with access to burlap sacks in which he contained the bodies. Police believe the more recent murders may be the work of the second serial killer who's still at large. Yeah.
I like how they say the burlap sack thing because almost like a cartoon. You think those are really accessible, and that's one way they think. Okay, this guy has to know where burlap. Fuck, I can't even say it. Where the sacks are. He has to have access to them. That's our guy. So
Yeah, that was kind of weird. It's like, oh, how many people have burlap sacks?
yeah, and cartoons are everywhere, man. Watch old cartoons.
You with the stick and the little sack at the end of it, holding all their belongings when they're about to run away.
That and like the brown bags, like people do, like in The Simpsons and stuff. Like I don't know.
Speaking of The Simpsons, this is off topic. Did you see that they opened a Quickie Mart at Myrtle Beach?
I did, but they also now are writing Apu out of The Simpsons supposedly because of like the. I don't know. So
people get so butthurt. It's like Apu's been on the show for so many years, and now he's suddenly a problem. But
I mean, it's like Chef on South Park. Like he was on the show for like a decade. Then all of a sudden, the voice actor was like, "I'm offended by all this." It wasn't anything in particular. He's just like, "I'm offended," and leaves.
Yeah, his problem was that they made fun of Scientology, and he was a Scientologist. But the thing is, they'd made fun of every other religion before that, and he didn't have an issue with it. But then when it was Scientology, he had the big issue with it. So like, you guys can make fun of everyone's religion, but mine.
Yeah, but he probably has some Scientology money, so I mean, you don't know.
That's another day. We'll talk about that another day.
Yeah. But Jersey D's like talked about a mafia hitman who was more like a serial killer. In fact, like Las Vegas has a high number of serial killers because back in the day, like there was so much like mob control and hitman that people just like they would just take them out to the desert. There's like a certain number of killers that would do it that were technically serial killers, and they got paid to do it, not just for fun. It's fucked up.
Living the life. Oh,
in fact, here's a fucking crazy story. My wedding DJ got fucking died while we were on the cruise after he had death threats from someone from Hollywood. So
wait, he died on a cruise?
No, he died under like mysterious, like suddenly. His obituary says suddenly, but he had just posted like 2 weeks earlier. Like we had a Comic-Con in our area, and he was the one who hosted it, and like he owed like one of the people's stars like appearance money, and he was still waiting for all the ticket money to come in, and then he's like, he posted these text messages of the guy being like, "You're nothing. You and your family are nothing but white trash. You all should be dead. Give this person the money they deserve because they worked for you." And now he just dies.
And this was why you were on the cruise?
Yeah, it's a little suspicious. Posts a thing 2 weeks later, he's dead. I mean, it can't. We live in a small town. It can't cost that much money to fucking have someone executed here. I don't know what the going rate is, but if you're like a big Hollywood person, I mean, it'll give you a drop in the bucket if someone makes you mad. I don't know.
I mean, I've heard rumors of people saying they knew people around.
See,
so, and that's just normal conversation. Not even talking about that. It's just like, oh, that person pissed me off, and I know people. So it's like they'll make you disappear. There's too many pigs around here. They can eat your body. It's done. Never hear from you again. Seen it on a show once.
Yeah, just a pig that hasn't eaten in a few days. Just give him a body. Go hog wild. But yeah, he DJ'd the y'all's Christmas party at work last year.
Oh, I remember that guy. He's dead.
Yeah, fucking passed away. It's a little suspicious. I'm just saying, if you post text messages saying someone threatened to kill you, like a Hollywood agent, 2 weeks later you suddenly die, it's a little suspicious. I mean, it is. Like, that should be, like, that's a conspiracy right there in our hometown. So, It's dark.
What's even darker is I'm trying to remember if he was the good DJ or the bad DJ.
No, he's a really good DJ. That's a fucked up thing. He's, like, the best DJ in town. He's the one who did the karaoke, and he also did all the characters in town at the restaurants. He was literally making our place a better place.
I didn't know. I know who you're talking about. I didn't know that was your cousin.
No, not my cousin. Her wedding DJ.
Oh, I'm sorry. I'm getting confused. Anyway, I know who you're talking about now. Yeah, I know.
That's fucked up.
I didn't know that he died under mysterious circumstances.
Yeah.
So, anyway, that's sad. That's really sad.
Yeah.
Anyway, Okay.
That's some gossip that happened. All right, the next one, or is the West. I forgot to look up how this West Mesa murders that were 11 women who were found buried in a desert in West Mesa, which is an elevated landmass near Albuquerque, New Mexico, where Breaking Bad happened. So basically, like a big rocky hill. All the victims were connected to either prostitute rings or drug trafficking in the area. All of them were Hispanic, except for there's one African American woman who was 4 months pregnant at the time of her murder. And the case still remains unsolved. All the women they found out who they went missing between 2001 and 2005, but the bodies weren't discovered until 2009. According to like the satellite imagery of the area, all the women were like all the bodies were buried by 2005, and like the area wasn't disrupted anymore, and their ages range from 15 to 32. The authorities dubbed the serial killer the West Mesa bone collector because they determined it was a serial killer since all the people were connected. um, they thought it was positive. Like no suspects were officially like investigated or like brought in and arrested. They thought it was this old pimp who knew one of the missing women and supposedly had a bunch of the photos of the missing sex workers. But apparently he was just like had a weird fetish. He died of that, but he died of natural causes in 2009. Then they thought it was this guy who got convicted in Colorado of serial killings because he was in the area at the time, but he denied killing women at all. His MO was men. And finally, the most interesting one was in 2014. They made a breakthrough in this decades old case of this guy, Joseph Blee, who was known as the mid school rapist in the 80s. He would often break into homes of 13 to 15-year-old girls near the schools in Albuquerque and rape kids. And they thought he was suspected of killing a sex worker and maybe on the side went and killed like prostitutes, but they could never like link the DNA for certain, and he would never confess. There was they found like evidence from a nursery that he would visit connected to one of the victims of the bone collector, but they never proved it. And he's sentenced to 36 years in jail for the crimes they confirmed, and he's in jail, but they still know for sure if he was the bone collector or not. So
That's pretty crazy though.
yeah, deserts, man. We hide a lot of stuff there.
No, you could hide so much meth, so many barrels of money. It's insane.
It's crazy that they have satellite image photos, like satellite photos showing like when the body stopped being buried. I mean, one day satellites might be smart enough to determine like, hey, someone's burying bodies right here, like right away. So
yeah. Nicholas asked, are we going to do a video tribute to Stan Lee? We didn't really have one planned. I really like Stan Lee, but Rebecca kind of said it doesn't really fit our aesthetic for the videos. We could put something on the side channel maybe. Stay Strange, if you want to check that out. That's kind of where we put our non-strangest material. But yeah, maybe we'll make a little top 5 or something. But I mean, it's really sad to see him go. That's one of the people I was kind of thinking about. I was like, man, it's going to hit me hard when Stan Lee dies. But they said he already filmed his Avengers cameo.
that's good. I kind of hoped the idea that maybe he filmed a shit ton of them, and the ones that they put in the movies were just ones they had extra, and they weren't like necessarily like for that specific movie. They just had like 100 of them that he filmed, and they just stuck them in there. That would be cool.
That would be. Hey, Bonk, how's it going? Nelly said, I'm on break at work and saw your tweet. Wish I could stay. Good luck. You guys are awesome. Thank you. You're awesome. All of you guys are awesome. Thanks for stopping by. But yeah, it's sad. It's super sad to see him go because it's like, man, he's the reason for so many people's, happiness. It's like, and the reason for the best movies that we have going on right now. So without him, there wouldn't be an Infinity War, and that's insane.
Yeah.
I did see a picture of him like turning into ash and floating away. I was like, man, that's
That's fucked up. That's really fucked up.
yeah. And people didn't take it that way. They just took it's like, oh man, rest in peace, Stanley. I was like, that's so fucked up. It's funny. He'd probably appreciate it, to be honest. Like he'd probably be about it. But I don't know. It's like you kill all of our characters and now you're gone.
I think the only reason why I think that one's messed up is because I've seen so many memes like that, where I've seen so many other more respectful posts, like the heroes like around his coffin and stuff like that. So I don't know.
Yeah.
But it sucks. I do have an idea for an Avenger for the fourth Avengers movie video idea. I was gonna try to do it for Infinity War, but didn't have time for it. It'd be something like the Halloween video we did, the Halloween movie video, like where it's a bunch of trivia about Marvel movies, but spread across all of them. I don't know. It just depends.
That'd be fun. Did you know that Stan Lee actually made a cameo in a recent DC movie?
No, I didn't.
Yeah, it was Teen Titans Go. It was a cartoon cameo, but still, that happened. So he actually made a cameo in a DC movie before he died. So pretty neat. Rebecca said with today's CGI, they could put him in every Marvel movie they make from now until infinity. Yeah, and they kind of hinted about that. Like they said that they kind of had a plan, for him to be included in future movies, but we'll see.
All right.
Amy said, don't forget to give this video a thumbs up and also share it with your friends. Of course, that would be awesome if you guys want to do that. That helps us out a lot. The more we get shared around, the more support we get, the more we can take over the world.
Yeah. What do you guys think about serial killers in general, since we have a few serial killer videos coming up compared to haunted stuff? What do you guys think of that? Just let us know. I'm here to please. I actually have a video planned, hopefully in the next couple weeks, of a video someone recommended and even Facebook messaged us about it like 9 months ago, 10 months ago. We'll see though. Also, our Facebook page, it hit 100 likes. So if you're on Facebook and want to see creepy photos,
it just kind of took off.
Yeah.
It's already getting likes like crazy. I don't know what happened.
Yeah, I've been messing with it some. And Twitter, really active on Twitter. And I try Instagram, but Instagram kind of like it pisses me off so much, man. It's annoying.
Yeah, it's like when it comes to that, it's all about people liking you just so you like them back, and like follow. It's like you'll get, if I post a picture of like a dog, it only gets dog likes, and it's like you guys don't really care. Or you'll post a video and it'll get like 20 likes and it's like watched twice.
Yeah.
So people just like
it's frustrating.
Yeah. Let's see. I believe I'm related to a murderer on my dad's side of the family. Well, hopefully it's not
creepy.
There's a murder around here that there's question to whether I'm related to it. It's called the Lawson murders. So apparently this guy like killed his whole family on Christmas Eve, I think. It was like in the Virginia area. I can't remember where it was, but there was a question to whether my family was involved. So
possibly, man.
I'll have to link that to you sometime. But
could do a video on that.
Good.
Also, well, I was gonna say we have some for Patreon. Try to do more, like talking about like recent serial killer stuff. I don't like talking about it too much because the chance stuff might still be out there. Because one of the things about the Below murders, even then we had people that were related to the victims that commented on that video. That's fucking creepy. So I had the cousin of Charles Whitman comment on Reddit about it, which is crazy.
Yeah, I never thought that we'd actually reach family members with that kind of stuff, but I guess it makes sense. But like I remember when the Below thing happened, my heart sank. I was like, oh no.
Yeah.
But I mean, we weren't doing it to be mean. We were doing it to bring awareness to it. I mean, it's unsolved mystery.
It's definitely awareness. Like Below happened so close to us and I had never heard of it. Even the US 29 stuff I had never heard of. And like, that's right there. Never heard of that. And that happened when we were like 7 years old. I guess it might've been a big deal back then, but don't really remember it.
I don't either. Ken said, what do you think of the Countess Elizabeth, the female Dracula? I've read about her before. I can't remember. Did she just, no, or maybe I'm thinking of Bloody Mary. I can't remember. What was the deal with Countess Elizabeth? Did she actually drink blood? Because I think I'm just thinking of Bloody Mary, the queen that killed so many people. But I'll have to look into that.
Yeah. All right, you want to read the last one?
Sure. Okay. All right. The Jeff Davis 8, sometimes called the Jennings 8, refers to a series of unsolved murders in Jefferson Davis Parish, Louisiana. Between 2005 and 2009, the bodies of 8 women, all of whom had involvement with drugs or prostitution, were found in swamps and canals surrounding Jennings, Louisiana. 2 victims were cousins, 2 were roommates, and every victim knew each other, suggesting that the murderer knew each of them personally. Most of the bodies were found in such a state of decomposition as to make the actual cause of death difficult to determine. Many of the victims were linked to Boudreaux Inn, a rundown motel, Boudreaux, where the women would take clients, and Louisiana Congressman Charles Bustani, all these words, man. Some of the victims had been serving as informants to the local law enforcement about the area's drug trade. Some believe the murders were an attempt to cover up police and political corruption in the area. Author and investigative reporter Ethan Brown has revealed how police investigations have been plagued by missteps in the sheriff's office, contributing to lost or missing evidence. Brown's work has revealed that there are multiple suspects in the Jeff Davis 8, and that therefore it's unlikely that it's a serial killer case. Furthermore, Brown has revealed that law enforcement's own witnesses have named members of local law enforcement as suspects in the case. Many think the events of the case inspired the first season of True Detective. What do you think? Is there one sole serial killer responsible, or possibly multiple corrupt killers working for the local police or government? Ugh. That would be something.
Yeah, I mean, think about how many people that might be sociopaths or killers like that are working in a more official way to do it. Like we talked about, like mafia and mob hit people, but what about just like people like police officers or like in the military or like working for like a mercenary group, Blackwater or something in the desert somewhere? You never know. It's creepy.
Oh, man,
Have you seen the first season of True Detective?
No, I've heard it's good.
You should watch it, man. It shows the real dark side of Louisiana. Louisiana has the most people, I think, incarcerated in the country. It's a real dark place.
I'll have to look into that, because now that we've been to Louisiana, I'm a lot more interested. Yeah, I've been looking up a lot more stuff. I'd never heard about that.
Yeah.
It's my Connect, but your Twitch link isn't working. I'll take a look at it. It might have moved. Let's see. Speaking of Twitch, we need to start twitching more.
I mean, you should Twitch your. Oops. You should Twitch what you do on Stay Strange and then break it up for the Stay Strange videos, because that's what a lot of streamers do. Like YouTube's like for their archive of their Twitch, and go for those Twitch subs or whatever, Twitch Prime subs. I don't fucking know what I'm talking about.
Yeah, what you're talking about. Yeah, I was thinking about doing that, honestly. It's just that I'm so familiar with the YouTube version. It's like I gotta figure out how to do this. But I'm gonna check on that thing. Okay. But yeah, so which one of those stories creeps you out the most?
The whole government corruption thing, that's why it was last, because the whole season of True Detective is creepy, and the idea that like more people could have an idea, and one of the things is that the reason why it was based on it is one of the people who worked the cases of the Jeff Davis 8, like a sergeant in it, continued to research and try to close the case after he retired. So because he knew there was some sort of corruption there and that the murders were linked somehow. So I'm sure there's shit like that happens everywhere, and it's been going on forever. Because I mean, the one thing to remember is like violent crime and stuff is actually declining. We're just hearing more about it now because everything's so much more connected. So we hear about the worst stories. So just imagine what it was like when doing the serial killer script I just did. like everything peaked in the 80s, like violent crime, drugs, like serial killings. Just like that would have been a crazy year, like decade to be alive. Like everything that would have happened. So I'm sure there's a lot of shit that got swept under the rug that people aren't talking about that we may never know about. Or we might just find them in the desert later and have to look at old satellite photos trying to figure out what happened.
That's crazy. I mean, there's so many places to hide a body, whether it be a swamp or the desert. But I mean, because some of those Louisiana swamps, I mean, there's gators, giant snakes. Can confirm. It's like those bodies won't sit around too long.
Yeah, just find bones.
Yeah. So, do you think they'll solve any of them though? Like realistically?
Maybe. I never really thought the Golden State Killer would get caught. So that makes me
talking about that
think.
earlier today. Talking about how 23andMe or whatever it was helped solve the case. Was it 23andMe or MyHeritage, My Ancestry? One of the other.
It was one of the DNA places. So.
Sam Lee said, "Wow, cousin of Charles Whitman, very impressive. I got sidetracked looking him up. At least he didn't kill the dog, leaving instructions to his in-laws to take the dog."
Yeah, well, you should watch the video we did on it, man. It's one of my favorite ones, like cinematically, I guess, that we filmed. So it was fun, me and Jaron. I have a new video for Jaron to star in. So I have actually two to act out, like just as trying to get them done and filmed. So
yeah,
I got a whole
videos Jared ends up being in. They always turn out good.
Yeah.
When we have somebody to act for us, when we don't have to do it ourselves, the videos turn out really good. But we hate being in our own videos. At least I do. I don't know. Like Jaron takes direction well, and he does his own thing too. So he was in our rabies video and the Charles Whitman, and there was another one, wasn't there?
He was in Hinterkaifeck a little bit too. Trying to think of anywhere else. And I've just used that footage in different places. So I don't know. I don't know. It's probably been in part of a Patreon video too. I'm not sure.
Maybe so. That Jersey said hide the body in the Pine Barrens. I need to look up the Pine Barrens, but I'm sure that it's probably a hard place to find a body, I guess. Hold up, let me Google it so I know what I'm talking about.
All right, so which killers did we not mention that you think should have been on the list that you think are still out there? Someone said Son of Sam. I didn't research anything of Son of, like all the stuff I've done for scripts lately, he actually hasn't come up. So, but almost all the big ones have. I always want to do a video on the Zodiac, but there's a lot to cover in that, and that would probably be a collaboration. I got some decent ideas. Been trying to work through. It's been slow getting content. I'm really sorry, you guys, but I try to have a plan. Try to knock out the easiest to the largest stuff to try to get into through December and into 2019 strong. So.
Yeah, well, as far as we don't have any big things happening in the next couple of months to stop us from making videos, so we should be good. Next week, let's go to Indiana. That's about it. They keep putting it off, though. So that's the only thing holding me back. And then Thanksgiving. Oh, Thanksgiving's next week.
I really don't feel like Thanksgiving should be next week. It seems so fast.
I don't even care about Thanksgiving. I'm just looking forward to Super Smash Brothers coming out. So it's like Thanksgiving's cool, but like the next week or so after that, Smash Bros. I can't wait. I'm so excited. I'm excited to play Let's Go Pikachu when I get off here. That's going to be a good time. It's my childhood again, and I got the little Pokeball thing. That's pretty neat. Jersey said the mother and child found in one barrel, and years later a second missed barrel with two children found. The barrel body killer. I need to look up more serial killers. I haven't heard of these. Nicholas said I would say Albert Fish, but he got caught. That name rings a bell. Oh man, that's crazy how many killers are out there, man. You never know who.
Mm.
I mean, where we live, there's a lot of killers. They just don't. They're not serial killers.
Yeah, we actually have one of the highest murder rates in the country per capita. So it's really scary.
On horns.
Yeah, they call us Little Chicago. In fact, we actually have a higher murder per capita than Chicago.
That's insane.
It's crazy.
Hey, White Owl, how's it going?
Thank God it's Whiteout. Whiteout, we have a shirt made for you. Thank God it's Whiteout. Whiteout, we have a shirt made for you. So just post your address so everyone can see it right now. But no, email me back on the strangest email, or I'll send you another email. But we miss you a whole lot. Be on Discord.
Yeah, speaking of that, thanks to White Owl and After Dark Paranormal for being our patrons. That's a huge help. We appreciate that. And she said we should do a Bigfoot video. I mean, Ethan's got Sasquatch in his arms.
I know.
So,
One day we have our one video coming up talks about Washington. So Washington State and why like legal weed is so great, but not really because you could get murdered there. So be careful.
I
Lots of
saw, I saw a meme. It was like a drug dealer. It was like that look when the drug dealer votes no on legalizing pot. And you know, think about it, like that's the worst thing that could ever happen to him. It's like, oh great, now I have to start selling cocaine. But Misuo Chen said, I'm in Calgary and I have no idea if there's any serial killers. I bet there are. You might not know about them, but I bet they are.
I mean, people are too nice in Canada. Serial niceness.
The apologetic serial killer's like, I'm sorry, eh? Didn't mean to kill you, eh? But no, Canada just seems like such a nice place. I've never met an asshole from Canada. So it's good. Jersey said there are approximately 15,000 murders annually, so that means there are no more than 150 victims of serial killers in the U.S. any given year. The average person walks past a murderer 36 times in their life. That's insane. Or past a murder. That's insane.
I sold insurance recently to a girl who had just gotten out of jail for killing her daughter.
This wasn't one that I know of, is it?
No, this is rain. It might have been. I don't know who you're talking about, but yeah.
It's not the one with the baby.
What?
It's not the one that killed her baby.
Yeah, she did kill. It was a child, somewhat. I don't know.
Okay.
She just casually. I was just like, okay, just gonna pretend like that's normal and just keep on, sign the paperwork. You're good to go. I don't even remember who she is. This is one of those things where I'm just like, people.
Ethan has
whatever.
No rules. A sale's a sale.
Yeah.
Did she take out life insurance on like her other kid?
No, thankfully not.
Would you?
No.
Thing?
No, that'd be rough.
Obligation to deny certain claims, like suspicious claims like that.
No, I mean, I've definitely there's suspicious people, but I don't know, never. It's scary.
So, let's see what we got. I don't think we've asked this, but yeah, everyone watching, what kind of streams do you like the most? Do you like these kind of streams? Do you like the ones where we interview people, ones with just us or specific themes? Like, what do you guys like? Hope you guys had a good night tonight.
Yeah, this one actually we did really good with the people. Like, I think the theme really helped it. So we originally were supposed to have Slumber on here, but he wasn't able to do it. So I was making this stream originally as a Patreon thing, because I was going to try to do like one Patreon type thing like this, where it's just us talking more general about a video, like ideas, and maybe film it before like live streams, like 30 minutes before, 30 minutes after, where we just have the facts and talk about it, to where it's not like straightforward narration. It's more us reacting to them, like, because it's just really messed up when you think about just like all like generally like everyone on this list just went after like people that you wouldn't care would disappear. Like the people that went missing in in Albuquerque, they weren't even found until 2009. That's like 4 years after, and it was just by accident. Someone found a femur bone up there. Were walking their dog. It was like, oh, this looks like a human bone, and called the police. So
that's insane. The dog just comes around the bush, has a giant femur.
Oh, yeah, that's basically what happened. They're like, this is too big to be an animal bone, so they called the police about it because they thought it was suspicious. So
animal?
Yeah. So
Nicholas said this is his first stream from us. Well, if you enjoy it, we do a stream every Friday at 8 p.m. Eastern time. So we try every now and then we'll have a mix up. It'll just be one of us or some, I had a problem the week before last where I didn't even get to do it at all. But yeah, we do it every week. So you can always come back and hang out with us. And we
Yeah.
talk just random stuff, whatever we feel like talking about. We usually have a theme, and then we just bullshit the rest.
Yeah, we leave them up on the channel, so if you miss it, you can watch it later. Or if you don't want to watch it like on YouTube, like if you're on mobile and you're away, don't have Wi-Fi, we put them up as podcasts on Spotify, iTunes, Google, all the big other podcast platforms. We post them. Usually they go up, and sometimes we're still putting up some of the older ones too. So there's a nice little catalog. So if you podcast, look up The Strangest on your podcasting platform. We usually get them posted by Monday, the beginning of the next week. So because it takes a while for YouTube to process them, then us to download, post them. Usually Soggy Seal does it. So
Yeah,
that's him. Yeah. If there's something wrong with it, it's him, not our shitty content. I'm just kidding. It's not the struggle.
Jersey said Slumber really wanted to be on the live stream, but his internet was messed up. He got it fixed like a half hour before the stream. I spoke to him right before the stream, so hopefully we can reschedule and have him on because it'd be a fun time. But I mean, we both know firsthand how internet issues go, so I've been having a lot of them lately.
Yeah. Next week, though, we're supposed to have, I can't say the first part. I'm so bad. Johnny, he's supposed to be on. It's going to be really cool. It's going to be 8 o'clock next week. It's going to be really, really cool. I'm excited to have him. He's grown a whole lot. He crushed it during October, was just turning out videos. So that's really cool. I'm really excited for that. And then in a few weeks, we're going to have Amy's Crypt, and we'll see who else. I want to have Swamp back on here, too. So
yeah, Swamp's really cool. Swamp's a good time. There's Slumber. How's it going, Slumber? We were just talking about you. But yeah, hopefully we can reschedule and have you on sometime because we definitely want to talk to you. It'll be a good time. But yeah, Swamp's a lot of fun. Swamp just has endless stories. Like he's a very interesting guy.
He's lived a life.
Yeah, like a lot of times when we have people on, like they're we'll struggle to find things to keep the stream going. Not because of them, just because we end up running out of stuff to talk about. But man, Swamp, I think he was going 3 hours, and he probably could have told another 3 hours. He had so much stuff that it's great talking to him. He has a lot of knowledge on the website as well. But yeah, so we have a pretty good lineup, and I am looking forward to talking to Johnny next week. He seems like a really nice guy. So and he does his channel's more about Japanese culture and Japanese horror. So it'll be a cool little thing because I like a lot of Japanese folklore and stuff like that. So that'll be a fun time.
Yeah. I've also posted a lot of Japanese folklore stuff to our Facebook page. Like, comment, subscribe.
That was creepy. I was looking at some of those. They're pretty creepy. Yeah. Japanese monsters are the weirdest. Those are
there are a lot more imaginations put behind them. It's not just like a creepy shadow or something. It's just like, holy shit. So.
And I've been playing The Evil Within, which has a lot of Japanese-esque creatures in it, and oh my god, they're terrifying. Oh, it's crazy. That'll be on the side channel if you guys want to check that out eventually. I think that's 15 days away. But man, it's crazy.
White Owl.
She visiting Virginia in February to see your sister. Well, be in our hood.
So if you're going to the same place, I can't remember what it's called off the top of my head, but if it's the same place you mentioned before, we drove through there for our friend's wedding last month, so it's not that far away from us. So we're definitely up for hanging out. So it's really easy to get to. Be a fun time. And shouldn't school be slowing down for the semester? It's almost Thanksgiving break, and then you get the winter break. So hopefully it's slowing down for you. Buckhannon, yeah, that's it.
Hopefully it's not too snowy. They said we're supposed to have a pretty bad winter this year.
Hopefully not. But Buckhannon's near where Cameron got married.
Oh, I didn't know that. So
yeah, it's really close.
Cool. Well, do you have anything else? I think we've covered just about everything.
No, I'm really glad this lasted an hour because when I was making this, I'm like, I don't know. We'll see. And there was no real big typos. Usually when I slap stuff together like that, usually there's something missing, just something like a sentence just all screwed up. So I remember one time it was either Pink Spooky or Spooky Whispering. I gave them something to read, and like the last paragraph was just like really jacked up. I'm like, I should have read that beforehand.
We need to have her on again too. That was a fun time.
Yeah.
We all just got really wasted by the end of it. We were all just, I can't remember. It was one of those 3-hour streams where we were just talking about nothing towards the end of it.
No, it's like her, Mr. Reality, and Swamp have been some crazy long streams. They've been a fun time. So
yeah, it's really nice getting to know everyone in the community. That's my favorite part of these live streams, is like getting to actually speak to people. Like tweeting at them is one thing, but actually getting to talk to people, get to know them. Like I've made a lot of friends on here. It's great. So the horror community is just a really cool place. I see a lot of people say it's toxic, but I like the people here. So it can be at times, but like for the most part, the people we hang out with, I like them.
No, I have a lot of fun. So also, if you have any ideas, so for videos or live streams, definitely let us know. We try to do them. Like I said, I have one video coming up. Someone suggested a long ass time ago. Someone also suggested an Iceland video on the Iceland fairies. I can't remember what they're specifically called. I've also worked on a script partially for that. So that's, shouldn't say when that's coming. It's probably coming out after a few months, but we'll see. Been messing with a lot of things. It's exciting. So let us know your ideas. We have a lot of fun with this. Thanks for watching. We appreciate it.
And also be sure to subscribe to the side channel. I'm trying to link it. I thought it was going to be clickable. There we go. Yeah, subscribe to Stay Strange. We're trying to get to 1,000. It's only at 171 right now. But once we get to 1,000, we can do a lot more stuff with it. But yeah, hope you guys had a great time tonight. It was great seeing you guys, talking to you. And
yeah, thanks for watching, Kenneth.
Yeah, it's good to see you guys. Yokai Watch, more of a cartoon version of Japanese folklore. I have watched a couple episodes of that. But yeah, you guys have a great weekend, and we will see you next time. Yeah. So until then, stay strange.
Stay strange.